Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody. I'm your host, Coach Tripp. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for watching the podcast. That's right. Every Monday night, Goode and Faithful Servant show with our star, Kerry Goode, is the star of the show. And we deep dive into his book every Monday night, Goode and Faithful Servant. There it is right there, Goode and Faithful Servant. And actually, Kerry's writing another book, man. I'm so excited. Everybody is, man. Hundreds and hundreds, not thousands of people are looking forward to his new book coming out. All his Facebook posts, all his fans have been encouraging him to do so, and now I'm glad he is. So I can't wait for that book to come out. But right now we're on day 140. Kerry breaks up his chapters in this book 196 days. So we're on day 140, and this chapter is titled Endeavor to Persevere. Now, for those of you that don't know, KG has ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and he puts his words with his eyes into the computer and spits it out in his own voice. So we're thankful that he's able to do this show every Monday night. So go back, there's archived shows on it. But let's get into it today. This show is brought to you by Sandy Sansing Chevrolet. Go out and see all the fine folks over at Sandy Sansing. Day 140 says, endeavor to persevere. It's a great, great chapter. Hope you get a lot out of it. Sometimes you feel like giving up, but then you look at other people who have given up and the results aren't so good. When the world says give up, hope whispers, try it one more time. People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for circumstances they want. And if they can't find them, they make them. You have that power. If we are facing in the right direction, all we have to do is keep on walking. Perseverance is not a long race. It is many short races, one after another. It takes many small battles to win the war. The drops of rain make a hole in the stone, not by violence, but by oft falling. Don't be discouraged. It's often the last key in the bunch that opens the door. Life is not about how fast you run or how high you climb, but how well you bounce. That's right. People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. And that's why we recommend it daily. Get up and try again. When you get to the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on, folks. Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial. For when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which God has promised to those who love him. James chapter 1, verse 12. All right, KG, great words. Let's dissect this chapter and let's get into it. My first question for you, buddy, is allow me to read one of my favorite speeches, and this is from President Calvin Coolidge. That's right, on the characteristic of perseverance. He says, quote, nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent, unquote. KG, talk about how God's plan for us is to struggle. It is actually said plain and clear, quote, if we stood the test, we will receive. All right, KG, what do you have to say about this one?
All right. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my brother from another microphone. Thank you for that presidential introduction. You done brought out Calvin Coolidge like we're at the White House Correspondents' Dinner instead of me sitting here in a power chair trying not to drool on national radio. I feel important already. Now let me say this from the ALS front lines. You ever notice how quitting looks cute in theory but ugly in reality? I've seen folks quit diets, quit marriages, quit jobs, quit dreams, and the results do not exactly scream Hall of Fame. Quitting is like buying a treadmill and using it as a coat rack. Technically, it's still there, but it ain't doing what it was built to do. That quote you read, talent ain't enough, genius ain't enough, education ain't enough. You can have degrees stacked up taller than a Waffle House menu and still fold under pressure. But persistence, oh, that's different. Persistence is that old country grandmama who won't leave the porch until the storm passes. It just sits there and outlasts everything. Now here's the part folks don't like. Struggle is not a design flaw. It's part of the blueprint. God didn't say, "Blessed is the man who avoided all problems." He said in James chapter 1, verse 12, "Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life." Did you catch that? If he has stood the test, not if he avoided it, not if he complained about it, not if he posted about it. If he stood, standing is proof you didn't surrender. See, trials are like spiritual weightlifting. Nobody goes into the gym hoping the bar is heavy, but if it ain't heavy, it won't build nothing. The struggle is resistance training for your soul. The ALS didn't show up to ruin me. It showed up to test me. And tests do not come to destroy you. They come to reveal you. Perseverance ain't one big heroic moment. It's a bunch of tiny decisions. Get up, try again, pray again, laugh anyway. Rain doesn't break the rock with one drop. It just keeps showing up. So Paul, yeah, it's God's plan that we face the test because crowns aren't handed out at the starting line. They are given at the finish. Oh, I am warmed up now. Bring me the next one.
I'll bring it, Kerry, but I'm going to rewind some of what you said. Persistence is like that old country grandmother that won't leave the porch until the storm has passed. Struggle's not a design flaw, it's part of the plan. God didn't say, blessed is the man who avoided all problems. If he stood the test, not avoided it. Trials are like spiritual weightlifting, KG says. He should know. He's a great strength and conditioning coach in the NFL as well. He said trials are like spiritual weightlifting. Nobody goes into the weight room thinking it's too heavy. But if the weight isn't heavy, you won't build anything. Struggle is resistance training for your soul, he says. Wow, that's strong words. All right, KG, I'll hit you with another question. Talk about bouncing back. You're a rubber man. Inch by inch, a cinch. Yard by yard is hard. Keep knocking till the door will be open. What do you think about Calvin Coolidge's quote, KG?
All right, Paul, here we go again. You just threw about 4 sermons and a gym membership into one question. Let's start with bouncing back. See, life ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about how well you ricochet. I've been hit with ALS, surgeries, setbacks, code blues, you name it. But I learned something. Rubber band, glass shatters. I decided a long time ago I'm gonna be rubber. You can press me, stretch me, even flatten me for a minute, but I'm popping back up like one of them inflatable punching bags with sand in the bottom. You knock it down, it looks dizzy for a second, then it just stares at you like, is that all you got? That's bouncing back. Now that saying, inch by inch is a cinch, yard by yard is hard. Oh, that's gospel right there. When I think about everything ALS has taken, if I stare at the whole yard, you'll get overwhelmed. But if I focus on 1 inch, one breath, one prayer, one adjustment, one laugh, that I can handle. Nobody eats an elephant in one bite. You take it one forkful at a time and keep knocking and the door will be opened. Listen, if I knocked one time and quit, it'd still be outside. Sometimes you knock polite. Sometimes you knock louder. Sometimes you bang like the police with a warrant. But you keep knocking. That ain't hard of hearing. It's building endurance in you while you're at the door. Now let's talk about Calvin Coolidge. That man said talent won't save you, genius won't save you, education won't save you, persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. I agree with him, but I'm gonna add something. Persistence without faith turns into stubbornness. Determination without direction turns into exhaustion, but persistence anchored in God, that's unstoppable. I've seen talented folks quit. I've seen smart folks fold. I've seen educated folks panic, but the ones who just refuse to stop showing up, they win. Not because they are flashy, not because they are famous, but because they stayed. Bouncing back ain't dramatic. It's daily. Inch by inch is a cinch. And if the door ain't open yet, keep knocking. Because sometimes the miracle is on the other side of one more knock.
Wow. Persistence without faith turns into stubbornness, he says. Determination without direction turns into exhaustion. I've seen talented folks quit, he says. I've seen smart folks fold, KG says. And I've seen educated folks panic. But the ones who keep showing up win. Sometimes the miracle's on the other side of the door with just one more knock. Wow, that's great stuff, KG. Thanks for doing the show. Please summarize it and give your closing remarks for us, buddy.
Hold on just a minute. Come in close, family, because before we wrap this thing up, we need to make sure everybody in the room knows exactly just happened. Paul has been throwing questions at me like us trying to win a prize, and I've been swinging back like a man who refuses to stay down. Paul started us off by asking about perseverance, struggle, and that powerful Calvin Coolidge quote. We talked about how God uses struggle not to break us, but to build us, how the test is part of the plan, and how the crown only comes after the conflict. We dug into the truth that persistence is heaven's love language and that God honors the ones who refuse to quit. Then Paul came back with question 2 and asked me to talk about bouncing back, taking life inch by inch, and knocking until the door opens. And we said it plain. Bouncing back is proof you're still alive. Inches build character, and knocking with persistence gets heaven's attention. And we agreed that Calvin Coolidge was right. Persistence is powerful, but persistence with God is destiny. Family, listen to me. You may be tired. You may be worn down. You may feel like life has been handing out tests with no study guide. But hear this. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still fighting. And that means God is not finished with you. You do not have to leap tall buildings today. Just take 1 inch, 1 step, 1 prayer, 1 breath, 1 moment of courage. That is how mountains move. And when the door does not open right away, keep knocking. When the answer does not come instantly, keep asking. When the road feels long, keep walking. Heaven has never ignored a persistent heart. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are in process. And God does his best work in the process. So as we close today, remember this. Storms do not last. Struggles do not win. And setbacks do not define you. You were built to rise, built to endure, built to bounce back, and built to finish strong. Hold your head up, square your shoulders, and walk out of here knowing this. God is with you. God is for you. And God is not done writing your story. Oh, take us home.
No place like home, KG. Take us home. Take us home. Take us home. Take us home. God will never, he'll never leave you alone. Yeah, good stuff, KG. Another great show. Hope you guys got something out of it. If you like it, share it and send it to people that you care about. Thanks for watching Coach's Corner and the Goode and Faithful Servant episode every Monday night. Thank you, KG. Have a great week, buddy. We will talk to you next week. Stay tuned for these great messages. Without these sponsors, these shows wouldn't be possible. Have a great sports week, everybody. So long.
When it comes to buying your next car, truck, or SUV, you need a team that puts you first. Here at the Sandy Sansing dealerships, we're proud to serve Pensacola and the Gulf Coast with the best selection, trusted service, and deals that work for your family. Just like great coaches build great teams, Sandy Sansing builds lasting relationships with every customer who walks through our doors. Because when it comes to finding your next vehicle, there's only one name to remember. Sandy Sansing can.
For over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352. 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.
My name is Steve Reynolds. I'm the manager and owner of Cordova Lanes, and we help keep your mind out of the gutter. Cordova Lanes is part of the community of Pensacola. Being here for 43 years, we've entertained more people than any other bowling center in the city. We self-fund for a living. Cordova Lanes is located at 2111 Airport Boulevard in Pensacola, behind Cordova Mall. Come on out and see us at Cordova Lanes Bowling Center. Thank you.
Arbitrium Consulting for all your fencing, landscaping, pressure washing, tree trimming needs. Call 850-483-0350 for your free estimates. Serving Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, Destin, Perdido, Gulf Shores, Foley, and the entire Gulf Coast. Arbitrium Consulting is owner-operated, fully licensed and insured. Call today, 850-483-0350, the official landscaper of Coach's Corner.
Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates on your home and auto insurance? Yep, and that place is, ta-da, State Farm. Here's the deal. State Farm agent Will Rentschler is your go-to agent in Pensacola, Florida for the service you deserve at the price that you want. So stop shopping around. State Farm agent Will Rentschler has you covered. Call 850-433-4678 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Legal disclaimer, individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting.